Today we're going to be reviewing Lexicon by Max Berry. So I'm going to start this video off with this one fact, that I probably shouldn't have read this book. Because honestly, this is a book that I deemed almost immediately that it's really meant for older crowds, at least 18 years or above, because this book contains an excess of cursing and other extremely mature concepts. So yeah, I think that this book, you can't really read when you're a kid. You gotta wait until you're like an adult to read it because of the content it contains. Anyways, this book is about a girl named Emily Ruff and a man named Harry Wilson. Emily's story is that she lives on the streets and she scams and cheats people by card games, until one day she's tested and cheats on the test, and she's accepted into an exclusive school where students aren't taught what you'd actually expect from a school, like math, geometry, social studies, history. They're not really taught that. They're taught about language and words and something called something where you can divide people into different types of segments. So they're learning how to persuade people and use these words that feel like they're just random jumbles of letters, but they're taught to use these words to make other people do what they want. And accepting Emily into their school, the academy is going to live to regret that one decision they made, because it changes the course of the entire book. If they had not accepted Emily into the school, then the book wouldn't have happened at all. But the fact that they accepted Emily, that's what really started the story. Harry's story is that he's a carpenter, or at least he was a carpenter in Broken Hill, Australia. I'll leave out what happens in the middle for you viewers who haven't yet read this book, because I don't want to spoil it. And he's compromised. So most of the book, this book is split into two parts. So it's like one chapter is Harry, the next goes to Emily, then back to Harry, then back to Emily. So this book is split between two narratives, from Harry's side and from Emily's side, which eventually which eventually join together into one narrative. But most of the book, at least 2/3 of it or so, on Harry's side, it's with him being compromised, in his compromised state, and not being able to remember a single thing about his past life. So overall, I liked this. Overall, this really was a great book, because the storyline is an exceptional storyline, despite the fact that it is age inappropriate until you get to 18. It does have a very intriguing storyline about this bear word that makes people kill each other. And honestly, despite the fact that yes, murder is not honestly the most pleasant theme in the story, but the way Mr. Max Berry describes this, that there's something called a bear word, it's just amazing in the storyline, how the excitement levels just evenly climax, and then they go for a while, except the thing that I don't like about this storyline is that the events, the excitement levels, they go up and then suddenly we reach the peak and then it goes straight down. It doesn't take care to like kind of curve down. Sure, it does curve a little, but it doesn't. But overall, it just curves a bit and then like drops straight down. So that's the only thing I wouldn't like about the storyline. But overall, I really did love the book, and it's just intriguing overall. And I'm going to rate it a 5 out of 5 stars. Just if you're younger than 18, I suggest that after watching this video, you just keep Lexicon in mind to read, except just not until you're at least 18. Because, as I said before, very mature content and an excessive cursing, which is the reason why I probably shouldn't have read this book, but I did. Anyways, thank you for joining me today, and see you in my next video. Remember to share with your friends, and remember to like and subscribe. Bye!